Hello and welcome to a comprehensive guide on e-invoicing in Malaysia. In this video, we'll be covering all the essential aspects to e-invoicing. First, we will have you introduced to all the new terms and updates that are coming with the e-invoicing, then whether e-invoicing is applicable for you, if applicable, then when, different modes to submit your e-invoice, how the API integration works for different kinds of transactions, and then what Flick offers your business. So let's get started with the basics. Myinvois Portal. So this newly introduced portal is where you can submit the invoices, view, cancel, or even reject an invoice. So it acts like a central dashboard given by LHDN. Unique identification number and QR code. So UIN and QR code are the two new elements that are added to your invoice format. The UIN is given by LHDN to every e-invoice to uniquely identify the invoice, and the QR code contains a link to the portal for your customers or anyone to verify the validity of the e-invoice. And next to digital certificate. So digital certificates are critical to every business as it is the certificate that proves the integrity and authenticity of the invoice that it has been issued by your company. So this digital certificate is issued by LHDN and would be valid for 3 years. And different types of documents that are in the purview of e-invoicing are invoices, credit notes, debit notes, and refund notes. So invoices are issued for any sale transaction that has been made by your business. Credit notes are issued by your business to adjust any invoice but to decrease the value of the invoice. And debit notes are just the opposite of credit notes where you're adjusting the invoice but increasing the value of invoice. And refund notes are the cases where you are refunding the money back to your customer. In that case, you are not raising a credit note but issuing a refund note. And different types of transaction that are considered in invoicing are B2B transactions, B2C transactions, B2G transactions, self-billed invoices in special cases, and even your export transactions as well. Now let's see if e-invoicing is applicable for you or not. So e-invoicing is applicable for all entities and individuals who are conducting business, and only government entities and the similar are exempt from e-invoicing in Malaysia. So as e-invoicing is applicable for you, let's see the timeline of integration. So if you have a turnover of more than 100 million ringgits in financial year 2022, then you have to comply with e-invoicing within 1st of August 2024. And if you are in between 25 million ringgits and 100 million, then you have to comply by 1st January 2025, and all other taxpayers has to comply by 1st of July. And there is an option for voluntary opt-in for e-invoicing if the applicability is not yet there for your business entity, and if your business has been started after 2022 financial year, then the July 1st 2025 is the applicable way for your company. So e-invoicing is applicable for you, but how can you submit your e-invoices to LHDN? There are primarily two modes in which you can submit your e-invoices. One is through API integration directly from your ERP to LHDN through a middleware, which is the recommended mode of submitting invoices for your business. And there is an option to directly upload your invoices to the Myinvois Portal, which is manual and is recommended only for small businesses without an ERP. So in this video, we'll be primarily focusing on the API integration from your ERP, mainly how you can submit your B2B or a B2G transaction, how to submit your B2C invoices, what are the different modes available over there, and how an AP self-built invoices is integrated from your ERP, and what are the different self-billing cases in the invoicing, and how an AP integration works with your ERP. Let's first dive into how a B2B or a B2G transaction is integrated from your ERP to LHDN. So from your AR invoice module, we'll be fetching the data to our solution using APIs, DB link or SFTP. So once we fetch the data, it would be validated, and after validation, we'll be sending your customer's TIN number to IRBM TIN validation API to verify that. And after verification, we'll be generating an XML file which would be signed using your digital certificate that has been issued by LHDN. And after signing, we would submit that invoice to the LHDN portal, and once we receive the valid response along with the validation link, unique identification number, and the issue date and time of the invoice, if you require, we would prepare the PDF with the QR at our solution and transfer it to your ERP as an attachment, or we can transfer the QR value directly to your ERP along with the status message and the unique identification number. So the PDF can be generated at your ERP as well. So the invoices that has been generated by our solution will be archived for 7 years as required, and there will be a dashboard which you can manage all your invoices and an option to reconcile with the data available in your ERP. So now let's see how a B2C transaction is submitted to LHDN from your ERP. So there are two modes for B2C transactions. So if your customer requests for invoice to be provided, then that specific invoice is fetched from your ERP and sent to our solution to be submitted to the LHDN. If not, there is an option that we can send consolidated B2C invoices for that period, will be fetched in a single go and will be submitted to the LHDN, and the responses will be updated directly back to your ERP. So the process ultimately remains the same even for B2B or a B2C. Just in case if the customer doesn't require the invoice to be provided instantaneously, we can consolidate and submit the invoices in bulk. So now let's see how an AP self-billed invoice works. So self-billing is applicable for payments to agents if you are buying from a foreign supplier, profit distribution, e-commerce transactions, or if you are purchasing from an individual taxpayer. So in all of these cases, from your AP invoices module, we'll be fetching the data using API, DB link or SFTP, and similar process will be validating the data and the TIN number, and then submitting the signed XML file to LHDN and receiving the response and updating it back to your ERP. So for your end users, once they receive any specific case for self-billing invoices, they can directly enter into their AP invoice module, and it will be fetched from that AP invoice module and will be transferred to LHDN, and all the required documents will be directly available in your ERP. Lastly, let us see how an AP integration helps your business. So when your vendors upload their invoices to the Myinvois Portal, IRBM issues a notification. So using this notification, we'll be able to fetch all the invoices data and display it on our AP dashboard. So from this AP dashboard, you will be able to view all the details of the invoice, or download the invoice directly from there, or even cancel, submit for canceling that invoice. And if the integration is available with your ERP, we can create a draft of this AP invoice based on the notification that we have received for your user to approve this transaction on the ERP. And also you will be provided an option to submit a cancellation request for that AP invoice directly from your ERP. So once you submit a cancellation request, that same is transferred to the LHDN, and once it gets cancelled, it would be updated on our AP dashboard as well. And we have options for reconciling the data. So if there is any mismatch, your user will be alerted of that mismatch, what has been updated in LHDN and what has been entered on your ERP. Now that we have seen all the integration flaws, let us see how Flick can help your business on your e-invoicing journey. So firstly, we have our in-house ERP integration technical team who will be able to make an end-to-end integration from your ERP, be it SAP, Oracle, Dynamics or any other standard or customized ERP or POS system. So we have over 2000 plus validation so that the rate of rejection can be reduced to the lowest. This combined with a sophisticated dashboard and reconciling reports that helps you identify any gaps, be it AR or AP. And we have our registered office in Kuala Lumpur, and our team is available locally in Malaysia so that the ease of business and support is there for you in your invoicing journey. And we are PEPOL ready and in process of MDEC accreditation so that we can transfer your invoices to your customer's PEPOL access point or deliver it directly via email. As we mentioned, we do provide API integration from your ERP so that the ease of cancellation of your vendor invoices and reconciliation is always there for you. And lastly, we can set up our solution on your on-premise servers if required, or it can be integrated directly to other cloud servers as well. So that's all in this short video, and we thank you for watching and your interest on e-invoicing. You can always reach out to us by visiting our office in Kuala Lumpur or dropping an email to malaysia@flick.network, or you can contact us by phone or dropping a demo request on our website for a tailored demo for your business.